Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tom, and I want to discuss some things with you today that I think are very important for our political future because a lot of the things that are happening internationally today are going to change the way we look at the world and the way we do things here in America. The one thing I always wanted to make sure is that the people here were following the Constitution, and doing the things that we want the American people, to have and to want here in the United States of America, and not infringe on our freedoms in any way. Unfortunately, that's not being done. Unfortunately, our city halls and our governments, local governments around the state of Texas have decided that they don't really need the Constitution anymore. They're going to do whatever they want to do, and whatever that means, it's got to mean some kind of profit for them. It can't be just of serving the public anymore. Now you've got to profit. Now you got to make a lot of money as in City Hall, and that means, of course, forgetting about the Constitution and doing things that are more or less fascist than anything else, and therefore I want to discuss that today. One thing that I want people to understand is I want your safety to be the first and foremost thing on my mind. Not just changing things, not just trying to make them better for me or anybody else, but trying to make sure that the Constitution is followed in the best way it could possibly be followed. There are systems that have been in place in the United States for more than 60 years that are basically contradictory to common intelligence. And I want to discuss those issues with you right now. One of those in particular is the red light system. The light system here in the United States that controls all the traffic, all the people, cars coming to and the flow of traffic in and out of the major cities, even in small towns and regional areas. This system was created 70 years ago, at least 60, 70 years ago. And it was created by I believe, some secret society people, like the Masons, who are more interested in mind control than they are intelligence and helping the American people get along and saving lives. Now, recently, a bunch of, I don't know what you call them, tooth fairies, whatever, have come up and told everybody, well, people are not obeying the lights. They're running through the red lights. We're going to do something. What are we going to do? Well, let's go ahead and we'll put up some cameras, some red light cameras, and we'll make everybody do something they're supposed to do. Make everybody, abide by the red lights and red light systems. Well, for one thing, the red light system is a MK Ultra wet dream mind control system created by the Masonic Lodge called mysticism and magic. It has nothing to do with common understanding of how things and systems work in the United States today. Instead of having any set values that you and I can understand and react to, there are no set values to the lighting system at all. None whatsoever. The lights change whenever they want and can actually catch you off guard at any time and make you slam your brakes on. Now, this is a ridiculous, outdated, stupid system created by some very, very sick individuals who are more interested in mind control than they are anything else. And of course, the red light camera is nothing but pulling out a whip and try to make people actually obey this mental mind control system of theirs with a whip in case they don't like it. We're going to send you a fascist ticket from some other state like Arizona. Can you imagine getting a ticket that's supposed to be from the city streets and the police department from a toll road company in Arizona? This is the biggest joke in the history of mankind. It's pathetic and it makes me want to erp. But this is the kind of stuff that goes on in a country where people don't seem to really care about the health and the life and the Constitution that we ask them to follow, and decide to do something that's going to make them some money. And obviously, they're getting kickbacks on this camera system. That's why they're doing it in the first place. Common sense would tell you, and this is just common sense, anybody would figure this out, that if we're going to have laws, and we're going to have laws that the American people have to follow, one of those laws, or any of those laws, is going to have to be created under a national set standard. A standard. That means something that somebody can go into a book somewhere and find out just exactly how the thing is supposed to work. And everybody will understand how it works, and therefore there wouldn't be any problems. This is not going to happen with the light system. The mysticism and magic of the Messiah laws don't believe in you knowing anything about what's going to happen in these light systems. They actually create them so that they're aversive and evasive and dangerous. They're dangerous for a very good reason. I believe they just like chaos, and they like creating chaos and hurting people. That's just my personal opinion. And because this is a personal opinion video, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. Now, first of all, this system is easy to fix. It is the most fixable system on the planet. You don't have to run out and change all the computers. You don't have to run out and tear all the light standards down. All you have to do is one thing, and immediately it changes the very reason and how this systems work in the first place, so that the driver will know what's going on, and so that the people will know who's running these light systems, and these light systems are effective and work the way they're supposed to, and they're not dangerous. And that's putting a bell on the cat. You understand? Putting a bell on the cat. Now, how do I do that? How do I put a bell on this cat? Well, for one thing, I take a 2 foot by 2 foot box, and I place it up on that tree where that light is, and it counts down every time a light changes. It counts down in numbers on how long that light is going to last. Not how long you think it's going to last, not how long the Masons want it to last, but how long it is going to last, and therefore that cannot change. In other words, if that numbered box is up there and it's counting down, 15, 14, 13, 12, before the light changes from red to green or green to red, then you coming down the street, whether it's half a mile, quarter of a mile, or 1,500 yards, will be able to see that number and know where you're at before you ever get to that intersection. This is something they don't want you to know. This is something they don't want you to have. They don't want you to have the ability to anticipate. Matter of fact, I was arguing with one of their traffic men over here in Irving, and I said something about counting down lights, and he said, "Oh, no, they would anticipate. You can't have that." I hate to tell you this, folks, but anticipation is the path to perfection. So let me tell you something. It no longer needs to be a game that you play when you were kids in school called red light, green light, red light, green light. We can know ahead of time. We can know ahead of time when these lights are going to change and why they're changing. And if they don't change the way they're supposed to, then we can blame the city. We can blame you, traffic man. We can blame you, City Hall. We can blame you, Mayor, if the light doesn't work the way it's supposed to and somebody dies because of your bent up, old, broken down piece of garbage system, which you don't want to fix. Now, I just showed you how to fix it. I just showed you how to make it right. Let's see if you people can act on this. Change it. Change it for the better. Change it for yourself. Change it for everyone else, so that we can have a system similar to those that the Chinese and the Japanese are using right now. And so I'll say good night on that.